Hey beauties, good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. My name is Winnie and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be learning how to make this Dolman sleeve draped yoke or draped sleeve, whatever you call it. It is very beautiful on clothes, and trust me, it is very easy to make. In this tutorial, I've already made it simple. This is what I got with my own. It was so nice on the customer. So if this is what you like to learn, definitely keep on watching, like my videos, share with your family and friends, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload a new tutorial. And without too much talking, let's get to the honey of the video. Let's go. I love you. Hey beauty, welcome to my channel. So to make this kind of sleeve, you must have drafted your pattern for your front and back bodies, which I've already done. And what I'm doing now is that I am cutting out the yoke for both the front and the back. I cut the front earlier and this is the back yoke. These are the yokes that you are going to use to create that Dolman sleeve. So I've already used my other pattern to sew my outfit up to this point. I've already joined everything, both the back and the front, and I've sewn the lining separately. That is how you are going to sew it to give a neat finish. All right, I'm concentrating more on the yoke or Dolman sleeve, draped Dolman sleeve right now. All right, so to get the width of your sleeve, you are going to fold your front into two and measure from the side seam to the center. All right, whatever you get, you multiply that by 2 or 3, but as for me, I'm going to be multiplying that by 2. All right, that is to get the length, the wideness of your sleeve, what you are going to be getting. So now, to get the length of your sleeve, you're going to measure the length of the neckline of the front and the length of the neckline of the back, and you're going to add the two together. That's how you're going to get the length. So for the width, I multiplied it by 2 and it gave me 22 inches. That was the one that we folded the front into 2, and then we measured it from the side seam to the center, or from the center to the side seam, then we multiply that by 2. So that is the one that I folded into 2 now. And as for the length, I measured out my the neck depth of my front and back, and I added it together and I got 19 inches, which is what I marked, and I'm using my scissors to cut right now. That is the length, but the width, the wideness, is the one that we measured, and then we multiplied it by 2 or 3. You can multiply it by 2, 3 or 4 depending on how full you want your sleeve to be. So you can also cut it on the same fabric such that the fabric and the lining will be the same thing, but for me, I want this person's fabric to be enough, so that's why I cut 2 sleeves, and I'm using my lining to I'm cutting out my lining separately because I'm going to be using my lining to turn it. If you don't want to do that, you can just cut your own or fold like we cut earlier. Don't slash it open, and just cut another one like that, so you have the same fabric for the lining and the main fabric. But for me, I'm going to be using lining to turn it. So I've opened up my lining now. That's the width that I just measured now, and this is the length. So now what I'm going to do now is that you are going to sew those 2 sides together, the length sides, the 2 sides on the length. That's what you are going to sew together. Your lining, right side facing right side, that's what you are going to stitch. You are going to stitch the sides. You are going to stitch the 2 sides, then you leave the upper part and the down part. You are going to leave it open. So I've gone ahead to sew it, and you can see the way I turned it inside out. So this is how you are going to turn it, and you are going to also do the same for the other sleeve also. Now from the center, you can go out from the center by about 1 inch or ½ inch, or don't even go out at all. For me, for my client's own, I went outwards by 1 inch, but I realized that it was too much. So from the center, just go out by ½ inch, or you can just start from the center. If you want a V neckline, you can start exactly on the center. Then you are going to gather everything from that point, from that center point, up to the side seam of the front. As you can see, I've gone ahead to gather it up to the side seam of the front. So you are going to flip it over, and then at the back also you are going to measure your zip allowance. My own zip allowance was 1 inch. So what I'm going to be doing is that right side facing right side, I'm going to gather again from the zip side up to the side seam at the back also. So that is what we are going to be doing. So as you can see, I've gone ahead to do mine, and I'm turning it to the right side now, and this is how it looks. This is how it's going to be looking. You can go ahead to run stitch on the pleats if you want, just as I've done at the upper part area of this. As you can see, I ran a stitch on it so that the pleats can stay in place, and this was my final look. See how beautiful it looks. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, give it a like, share my videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Till I see you in the next one, I love you and I care. Bye. Papa.